Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. It's Justin Brandon here, and this is the Ottoman Podcast Experience. Listen, let's start this out. I just want to say hi to everybody who's listening today, whether you're listening from SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, or even if you're watching on Facebook or even Instagram or YouTube. Just want to say hello and thank you for coming back if this is your return. But if this is your second podcast, this is your first podcast with us, I'm Justin Brandon, and this is the Art of Man Podcast Experience. And why the Art of Man? So we're going to start with the premise. It's a simple premise of the belief that we all come into this world as a blank canvas assembled by God. And it's our parents that start with those initial brush strokes of paint with their experience. They start to paint on us. And as we go further, other people start to paint on us, whether it be our schooling or it be other family members or friends and different experiences that we have. Those things start to build this canvas, start to build this painting that we are. And as we go even further, sometimes in our life we receive nicks and tears, and the canvas starts to have scratches and holes. And as we get older, we start to be responsible for the painting ourselves, whether it be from the relationships that we're in or the education that we're receiving at the time, the books, the TV, all of these different things. And we even get to the point where we're able to start repairing some of those nicks and tears, whether it be through therapy, through spirituality, all of these different things. And it doesn't end until the canvas is no longer. Forever, we are constantly adding to our canvas. And that's what we want to do here at this podcast, at this YouTube. We want to keep adding to your canvases as I'm adding to my own. And in different ways, what we're going to do is we're going to be having different conversations about topics. Like last week, I talked about discipline and hard work and how that was something that I learned from my father. And in weeks coming, we're going to be interviewing some people. We're going to be interviewing some people in real estate, people, some pastors, people who are into different spiritualities, different professions, different life backgrounds and experiences. And hopefully those things will add to your canvas and you'll stick around and you'll continue watching. But today we have a particular topic because it hit me. It right now we're in the month of February in 2020, and we're a month into this year. And before the year turns, everybody is doing New Year's resolutions, and they're thinking about the things that they want to accomplish in 2020. And one of the things that I learned along the way is it's very important to write things down. And a lot of people are getting into vision boarding. And today I want to do a little something different. I want to do it for myself and be an example for you. Today I'm going to do basically, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's a vision board blog. And if you're listening to it, it's a vision board podcast for myself. We're going to talk about this brand that I'm building here, The Art of Man. And what it means and what I'm trying to do with it and what it's going to look like in the years coming. Just introducing myself again. I'm Justin Brandon. I'm an actor, a filmmaker, a father, a husband, aspiring entrepreneur, a lot of things. Content creator, as you can tell right now. And this brand, The Art of Man, is an amalgamation of a lot of the things that I'm really interested in. I'm interested in fashion. I'm interested in continuing education. I'm interested in content creation, filmmaking, podcasting, all of those things. I'm interested in men's grooming, and I'm interested seriously in business. And all of those things are coming together under one house. So, the what? The what is Art of Man in 2020 or 2021 will be a men's grooming boutique. And in that boutique, a man could come, he can get his hair cut, he'll be able to get a manicure, he'll be able to get a pedicure, he'll be able to even get a 15, 20, 30-minute massage, all of that in one place. Plus, if he needs to get a new tie or a shirt for the office or even an outfit for the weekend because he's having a family barbecue. All of that will be taking place in one facility, one place. And yes, one facility in one place, or basically a one-stop shop for what it is a man needs. Not just that, what we want to, excuse me, what we want to be able to do is also feed our community. We want to be able to be a place for continuing education. So within that facility, we'll be having different events like coding events, learning to code, events in which we bring new authors in, and the authors will be able to do book signings, and all of the people who are part of the community will be able to come out and learn more, experience more. Also, there will be a section in which we're selling books in the facility. We'll curate different ideas, different events throughout the years and throughout the year, in any way that we feel that we can uplift the communities that we're located in. So that's the vision. That's the what. The when I told you is in 2020 to 2021. So I have a big vision, but there's a lot of things that have to be put into place before I'm able to even get into building that first boutique. Um, what's also important is the why. The why starts with my experiences over my 30 something odd years on this earth, 20 something years of getting haircuts and having bad experiences, not necessarily with the cutters, up until this barbershop that I'm in right now. Um, I probably disliked all the barbershops that I was going to. It was catered to, I don't even know who it was catered to. It was probably catered to the barber, but it was not catered to the customer service aspect. It wasn't something that was um, comforting. It wasn't something that was necessarily appealing to my eye. The furniture was never top notch. It was never about curating an experience for the customer. It was more so about just getting the service done. And I appreciate getting services done, but if you're going to be spending 35, 40, $50 at a place, I believe that you should have more to that experience. And that's why I want to get into that space. Plus, when it comes to males grooming, it's very important for your feet and your nails to be done. My wife complains all the time about my toenails and my fingernails being too long. And really, the first time I got a pedicure and a manicure, actually, the first time I got a manicure was for my high school prom. And it was a horrible experience. I just went to a place that I know my mother went to, and you just walk in, and they weren't very personable. It wasn't an environment that I felt comfortable in as a man. It was not catered to me. And I still haven't found many places that are catered to me for the aspect, so that made me pull away from even exploring. So I just cut my nails at home. But it's something that I've been looking for, and I believe a lot of gentlemen out there are looking for this type of environment. And that's something that I want to create for them, something that they're able to be comfortable getting their manicure, pedicure, and also getting a massage. I believe like we're in the age where we want to multitask. So if you would imagine a place in which you can come, and while you're waiting for your barber, which could be sometimes, especially on the weekend, an hour, maybe even 2 hours, depending on how busy they are, that you can actually get some other things you need to be done. You can come in a little bit early from your appointment, or if you have a walk-in and you know that that barber is going to be an hour, you can sit down and have that half hour manicure, and then get that 15-minute massage. And then by that time you're done with all of those things, you use the bathroom, and then you're waiting, your barber is waiting for you to take you through the next part of your grooming process. And all while you're there, someone is walking you through the process, checking you out, giving you a bottle of water, all of these things that are part of a great experience when you're out. Anything that you would want, and how you would want to be treated when you're spending your hard-earned money. So yes, so those were my experiences when I was in barbershops, and I was with when I was going to get my nails and my feet done. But I also have a strong belief that anytime that you're building a business and in a community, you have a responsibility to that community and the community that you're marketing that business for. And we want to be a beacon for the community and be able to uplift our community and create opportunities for the community, not just creating opportunities for ourselves. And that's the outreach, that's the classes, and that's the uplifting of the youth. And having, when a father and a son are coming to a barbershop, it's a great thing for a father and a son to come in the barbershop, and he's able to point his son to a great comic book, or he's able to point his son to a great book, a Seth Godin book, a Malcolm Gladwell book, or any of these things, and just create these conversations and have these moments, or even point him to the game that's on the TV screen. All of these things are great to uplift and to build who we are as men. Our outward appearance and our inward. So that's the why. The how brings us to today. The how is a multi-pronged plan. It starts with what I'm doing now, which is the podcast and the YouTube. When you're building a brand, it's very important that you have a market, that you have customers, that you have people that you're going to be able to reach out to. And hopefully with this podcast and this YouTube, I'm able to reach people with this concept, with this idea of Art of Man, and it will garner interest in what I'm trying to do with the clothing and what I'm trying to do with the barbershop and the boutique. And potentially those people would just be interested based off of what I'm feeding to them, and they just want to support the brand in general. Um, so it starts with this YouTube, it starts with the podcast, and it also starts with social media, because social media is very powerful, and there are millions of people in the area that I live in, which is the Boston area. And those people are all connected by social media. And with the social media, I want to outreach to them, feeding into them before I ask them for anything. And then from the social media, as we're starting to build our clothing and our merch, I'm going to start with flea markets. Markets like the Sowar Open Market. It's a great market in the South Boston. I've done that with another brand, and you have a lot of people from all over different countries looking for different products on the weekends, just interested in supporting small businesses. And that's where we want to start. We want to start with that outreach. It runs from April to October. And through that money that we garner from that part of the project, we're going to parlay that into a mall cart. And with that mall cart, we're going to be doing some more studying and refining of what it is we're going to do with our merchandise and the type of merchandise that is actually connecting, with the community. And because when you're in the mall, you have thousands of people, especially on the weekend, running past. And if you're able to gather their attention and bring them in, I believe that that'll point us in the direction of understanding what it is that our market is looking for from us, and particular from this brand. And just basically also a little more brand awareness. And from that mall cart, through that time, and the money that we earn from our from this YouTube, from this podcast, from the mall cart, the Sowa, and also the online store. We're gonna take that money and we'll open up our first storefront. And in that first storefront, we'll have some barbers, we'll have some masseuse, manicure and pedicurists, and we'll have a whole boutique area where you can come and shop. And we're just going to take care of every customer that comes in that door like they're a king and like they're a queen. And the bigger vision is not just one store, but to parlay that into 5 to 10 stores in the greater New England area, and then start taking over some other states with this brand. So it's a huge 2020 vision. I hope you understand the vision. I hope you draw some inspiration from what I'm doing right here today, doing this podcast, doing this YouTube, because I tell you, it's not easy. It's nerve-wracking to even put your idea out there, hoping that no one steals your idea, but better yet, hopefully that that the idea actually has some validity. And yeah, hopefully you draw some inspiration that you'll sit down and you'll do your vision board, whether that's on paper, whether you put it on your phone, whether you record it and keep it to yourself, or whether you do what I'm doing, which is recording and putting it out to the public, to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, SoundCloud, Spotify, everywhere, because I want everybody to hear my vision and be a part of the accountability. Yeah, so this was episode 2 of the Art of Man podcast. Like I said, I'll be doing this as often as I can. Last week's episode was great. This episode, you guys tell me in the comments, what's your 2020 vision? What do you want to do for yourself? What do you see for your life? Just comment down below and tell me, leaving part or something that you're already working on. Even leave your website down below. That would be great. I want to check out your website and just build with some content creators, some business builders, some dreamers. Once again, I'm Justin Brandon, and this was the Art of Man podcast experience. I'm out. Peace.